Dear students, welcome once again to Army Public PMA Resource Network. Before we start our today's subject, Maths, please subscribe this channel and click on bell icon to receive notifications of our upcoming videos. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss Maths. Week 10th, the topic that we are going to discuss is union and intersection of sets, given from page 77 to 80 and then from 84 to 85. Before we start our discussion, let's recap what we have discussed about sets. Question number 1. What are sets? A set is a collection of well-defined and distinct objects. Question number 2. What are the three methods of describing a set? Number 1, by listing its elements within curly brackets. Number 2, by stating the main characteristic in words. Number 3, by expressing a set in terms of certain variables. Question number 3. What is a Venn diagram? A Venn diagram represents the relationship among sets. Learning objectives. In this module, we will learn to state and use the term intersection and union of the two sets. Show the relationship between sets using Venn diagram. Define the intersection and union of sets using Venn diagrams. Identify the sets shaded in a Venn diagram. And solving problems using set notation and Venn diagram. Previously, we have discussed universal set. The set of all the elements that are under consideration for any particular situation is called a universal set. It is represented by U or E. In Venn diagram, universal set is represented with a rectangle. Now let's discuss intersection of sets. Intersection of sets. Given two sets A and B, the intersection is the set that contains elements or objects that belongs to A and to B at the same time. Mathematically, we represent intersection as this. This is the symbol for intersection. In Venn diagram, the intersection is represented with this overlapping part. Example 1. In our previous video in which we discussed Venn diagrams, we discussed an example of Ivan's birthday party. Ivan's mother gave him some red toys and fruits as birthday gifts. He wanted to keep a record, and for that he chose Venn diagram. So he drew two circles and placed the red gifts in the left circle and the fruits in the right circle. But then he realized that there are some fruits that are also red. So he placed them in this overlapping region. Now, if we want to find out the common elements or the intersection of two sets, that would be apple and strawberry. So mathematically, we can say red gifts intersection fruits equals to apple and strawberry. Let's recall another example in which we had discussed about traits of lemon and banana. We placed the uncommon traits of banana in the left circle, the uncommon traits of lemon in the right circle, and the traits which were common were placed in the overlapping region. So if we want to find out the intersection of these two sets, that would be banana intersection lemon equals to yellow and fruit. Let's look at another interesting example about habitat of animals. There are some animals that live on land, like cat, hen, and porcupine. Then there are some animals that live in water, like octopus, whale, and fish. But then there are some other animals that live both in water and on land, like frog, duck, and turtle. So I have considered cat, hen, and porcupine as set A, octopus, whale, and fish as set B, and frog, duck, and turtle will go in this overlapping region. So set A elements will be placed here. Set A contains all those elements that live on land. Set B elements will be placed here. Set B elements contains all those animals that live in water. And all those animals that live both in land and water will be placed in this overlapping region. So mathematically, we can say that A intersection B equals to frog, duck, and turtle. Now let's consider another example, which is given as D is a set which contains these colors: blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and pink. Set C contains some other colors which are blue, yellow, pink, purple, and black. Now, if we want to find out the intersection of these two sets, that would be C intersection D equals to blue, yellow, and pink. Only these colors are common in C and D. Now, if I want to make a Venn diagram representing these two sets, that would be this one, in which I have placed green, red, and orange in this uncommon region, purple, black in this uncommon region of set B, and blue, yellow, and pink, which are common, that I have placed in this overlapping part. Now please do remember that if A and B do not share any common element, then A and B are categorized as disjoint sets, and their intersection would be an empty set. Now let's discuss union of sets. Union of sets. Given two sets A and B, the union is the set that contains elements or objects that belong to either A or to B or to both. By union means we are going to unite the elements of both A and B set. Mathematically, we represent union as A union B, and this is the symbol for union. In Venn diagrams, union means we are going to shade this circle A, this circle B, and this overlapping part. Now let's discuss union through some examples. Let's reconsider the same example that we have discussed for intersection, in which I was telling you about Ivan's birthday party. Now he has recorded red gifts in the left circle, fruits in the right circle, and the fruits that were red were placed in this overlapping part. Now if I want to find out the union, that would be the red gifts, this overlapping region, that is apple and strawberry, plus these fruits. So mathematically if I write, I would say red gifts union fruits equals to apple, strawberry, umbrella, bear, car, pen, watermelon, banana, peach, kiwi, pineapple, and orange. Now also let's reconsider that example we had discussed about the traits of banana and lemon. All those traits that are common, like yellow and fruit, were placed in this overlapping part. Uncommon traits of banana were placed here, and uncommon traits of lemon we had placed here. Right? Now if we want to denote what would be the union of these two sets, that would be banana union lemon equals to yellow fruit, smooth, sweet, sour, and bumpy. Now let's reinforce the concept of union through the example we discussed about the habitat of different animals, in which we discussed that the animals that live on land were placed in set A, like hen, cat, and porcupine, and then there were animals that live in water like octopus, whale, and fish were placed in the set B. Then there were some other animals that live both in land and in water, and they were placed in the overlapping region like duck, turtle, and frog. Now, if I want to unite these two sets, how am I going to represent them? I'm one large circle in which I'm going to place all these animals. And mathematically, if I want to represent, that would be cat, hen, duck, turtle, fish, octopus, dolphin, porcupine, and frog, all elements placed in one curly bracket. Now let's discuss another example. It is given that set D contains different colors, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and pink, and a set C contains some other colors, blue, yellow, pink, purple, and black. Now, if I want to find out the union of these two sets, and I have to list them in the set notation, then how am I going to do that? I'm going to write C union D equals to blue, yellow, pink, green, orange, red, and black. Now please note that all those elements that were repeating like yellow and blue and pink, I have written them only once. Now this is the pictorial representation of these two sets. The uncommon elements of A have been placed here, the uncommon elements of B have been placed here, and the common elements have been placed in the overlapping region. Now, if I want to unite these two sets, how I will do that? I am going to combine the set A, B, and the intersection part, and I will make this one huge circle in which I have placed all the elements. Before assigning you your written task, I want to share success criteria with you. Remember to recognize that a set can be expressed by a Venn diagram. Recognize intersection of set A and set B is written as A intersection B. It is the set of elements common to both A and B. Recognize union of set A and set B written as A union B. It is the set of the elements which are present in both A and B. There are some few points that I want you to think about. What would be the elements of A intersection B if A and B do not have any element in common? How are we going to represent an empty set in a Venn diagram? What would be the union of a universal set and an empty set? And what would be the intersection of a universal set and an empty set? This is your home assignment that you have to submit on AIS in round 2, week 2. You have to do practice now 6 and 7 and selective parts of exercise 3C.